It's the Volquest stock report on this Akron week. Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price. Tennessee coming off that 34-27 overtime win over Pittsburgh. Stock up for you this week is who, Brent?
Stock up for me is Tyler Barron. I just love what Tyler Barron did. Slid inside as much as I liked what he did outside. I thought he was physical, Austin. He played 52 snaps, which showed a lot of durability. He showed a lot of physicality. He obviously had the huge sack with the strip fumble, but I thought he was extremely active all day long. I don't think there was any question, in my opinion, it's the best Tyler Barron's played in his Tennessee career.
For me, I'll go stock up Cedric Tillman. Yeah, he had a couple of drops, but 18 targets, big time catch after big time catch, 162 yards, had the overtime winner to give Tennessee the win after Tennessee, and then of course Tennessee got the stop. But when push comes to shove, Hendon Hooker is going to ride or die with number 4 out there. That's his guy. That will be his guy until they are done playing together at the end of the year. And Cedric Tillman continues to play well. 6 100-yard games now in his career. Stock down for me. I'm going to go punt operation. The snaps were low. Paxton Brooks is having to dig them out at his ankles. Then the operation was slow. Got the punt blocked. I expect that to be better. Paxton Brooks is one of the best punters in the league. They'll be fine. I just think they got to get the operation a little bit more cleaned up. They didn't really punt the ball against Ball State in the opener. This one's on the road. I don't chalk it up as anything more than that. They'll be better, but for this week anyway, stock down for me is just overall punt operation. Stock down for you.
Yeah, for me, I mean, unfortunately, it's a guy who was on this list last week as well for you, and that's Warren Burrell. I'll be the first to admit I don't know all the ins and outs of playing corner. I don't know every coverage that they're in. But when Tennessee's blitzing up front and they're being super aggressive up front, that should allow your corners to be super aggressive on the back end. And I just don't think Warren Burrell's playing overly aggressive. I think he's playing cautious to not give up a play. As a result, he's given up a lot of completions. Here's an interesting stat. In 22 starts in his Tennessee career, Warren Burrell has 9 pass breakups and 0 interceptions in 22 starts. That's a guy who's playing tentative, and I think he's played a lot of his career tentative. He needs to get going. Teams are going to continue to attack there because they think they can make plays on him. We'll see how that looks like moving forward, but I would like to see a much more aggressive Warren Burrell in the back end.
Stock stagnant for me this week will be the freshman. Last week, no Josh Josephs, no Dylan Sampson. Elijah Herring got a snap or two down along the goal line. But a lot of those freshmen that played in week 1 did not play a week ago. This is a week where you expect more of them to play, but how many of them can prove that they deserve to be playing a week from now against Florida? And will the coaches have enough wherewithal to push through and play some of these freshmen, because all these coaches kind of rely on the veterans when push comes to shove in some of these tight Power 5 type games. So, to me, it's just stock stagnant freshmen. They flashed against Ball State. I'm sure they'll flash come Saturday, but I just don't think we know enough to know if they'll be able to flash when it matters most against teams like Florida and LSU the next few games. Stock stagnant for you.
Yeah, I think you make a great point on the first, but this is the last chance to see whether or not they can help you. If you got to make some decisions about those guys coming out. I'm not saying they can't develop, but it's going to get a lot harder to put them to see where they're at if you don't take full advantage of this week against Akron. For me, stock stagnant's the run game. Alex Goler's basically acknowledging when he met with the media, they just didn't think they could run it against Pittsburgh with the running backs. He felt like the quarterback runs were going to be their best option in the run game and really their only option in the run game. They've got to be able to run the football, Austin, in league play if they're going to get to where they want to go and have a chance to be an 8-9 win football team. They've got to run the football. Jalen Wright's running it well, but he's got to hold on to the ball. I don't think Jabari Small has been particularly great or good in the first 2 games. They didn't play Dylan Sampson. So where are they in the run game? They'll put up big yards against Akron. So I think it's probably going to be the same stock stagnant next week as well, because I don't think you put a whole lot of stock in it. But they're going to have to commit to running the football a little bit more than they ran it against Pitt for sure.
That's a look at this week's Volquest stock report. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price.